About 6 months ago, I made a video on this channel basically announcing the next phase in this space, this channel. And I really thought that that would be the case. I had a lot of ideas for segments and video elements that I wanted to start incorporating. Well, I guess I should have waited 6 months to make that video because I think we're in the next phase of this channel. Now, I'm not going to go into certain details too much about the last 2 months and the reason there hasn't been a video. The short of it is I had to pivot my career path. And I'm not talking about my dream career of making movies. I'm talking about the thing that pays my bills right now. Um, some stuff happened, and I had to figure out what was next. And that immediately put all of this on the back burner. I was still trying to go to movies, but sometimes I did fall behind. And if I'm being honest, during that time, the last thing that I was thinking about was going to see a movie and getting back home to record a video. My mind was, I want to go see this movie, but the second I get home, I have to continue this job search because time was limited. So I spent so much time trying to think about what was next and applying for jobs and trying to get interviews and then subsequently not getting those jobs and having to repeat that cycle over and over again. It was not fun. It was extremely stressful. And I just never thought about making a video because I just wasn't in that headspace. Now things are calm. I have figured out what's next, and I'm in that position now, and I'm trying to get back into some sort of a routine. Scheduling looks a lot different with this new position, but I'm trying to figure out how I can now bring this back into my daily routine, and I think I have figured it out. Now, I might not be able to get to a video quite as quickly as I would like. That's just the nature of the job that I have now. And one thing that I was constantly kind of kicking myself over, and I shouldn't have been because it's a very, very common thing, in fact, and it's a very, very normal thing. I was frustrated at myself because I was moving further away from the thing that I wanted to do. Obviously, I'm very open about what it is I would love to do someday as a career. And I know that if you're watching this video and you watch my channel, you probably think the same way. And we share one passion, and that passion is film. And some of us want to make movies for a living someday. And I was getting far away from that with this new position. I'm nowhere near what I want to do. And I thankfully had a job previously that did put me kind of close to the movie space, the thing that really, really makes me happy. I'm further from that now. And I had to allow myself to be frustrated with that so that I could then come to the acceptance of the situation. And there are a lot of positives to this new situation that I'm in, and it's great. I really, really do enjoy it, but there was that constant frustration of I am not getting any closer, and that's okay. Something, like I said, a lot of people go through, especially if you have that dream career. it's something we all have to go through. You know, you can't get that overnight success and achieve that dream. You have to, as I've said in an older video, you really have to do those side quests that take you further away, but allow you to continue to grow and work on your craft so that when it's time to end that side quest and continue on your main path, you are more equipped to do so. So even though I knew why I was doing what I was doing and making that shift, sometimes it's hard to kind of escape that mindset of this is not what I want to be doing. It was a very chaotic time, and like I said, I was still going to movies, and I saw a lot of good movies that I enjoyed quite a bit that I didn't talk about here. I mean, like I didn't do a review for Superman. That's, to me, that's crazy. Weapons, Fantastic Four, these movies that I was going and seeing and enjoying, but I just didn't have the desire, if I'm being completely honest, to come home and spend time filming a review or continuing the series that I had started about kind of my experience and my quest to becoming a filmmaker. I just didn't want to make those, and I didn't want to talk about news. I didn't want to talk about trailers. I didn't want to do any of it, which is very frustrating to me because it's something I really enjoy doing. I love making these videos, but for the past 2 months, I just haven't wanted to. So now, like I said, things are settled, things are stable, and so it's time to figure out the next phase in this channel, and I mean that for real now. I don't have quite as much time as I used to, and so things like the Real Podcast, something that I enjoyed doing a lot, and that was actually the last set of videos that I posted. I had a lot of fun, both recording that and making those little snippets. And I want to do more of that, but now it's looking at how I can do that with the time that I have. Realistically, there's going to be filming on the weekends for that podcast, basically collecting news stories throughout the week and filming on the weekends. Maybe an episode on like a Wednesday and then a Saturday or a Sunday, just so I'm not talking about like 10 different news stories on one day or missing out on major things. And again, that's something that I still want to do, is if there is a major story that breaks or a really, really good trailer, I want to jump on here and talk about those things. It just might be a little bit later, especially on weekdays. And things like Alien Earth, a show that I'm finally watching. It's been out for 2 weeks now, and I just started episode 1, so I'm a little bit behind on that. But I want to talk about that show week to week. Peacemaker, season 2 just started. I watched the first episode. I thought it was great, and I might still do a video on that first episode and then try and continue doing that week to week. Thankfully, that's a show that drops in the evening, makes it a lot easier for me to jump on and talk about an episode. And it's just working movies and everything back into my daily routine. And this channel is something that does take up some time, but it's something that I really enjoy. So I'm navigating schedule and everything. So bear with me for the next probably month or so as I figure everything out and get back to what I was doing before. Because like I said, I do enjoy making these videos. And, you know, whether 2 people watch one of my videos or 20, it doesn't matter to me. I'm not chasing the views. You know, I'm doing it because I enjoy it. And if something like this can help in any way for anybody, then time well spent in my eyes. So that's where I've been for the past 2 months, and that's what's been happening. And we're gonna get back to doing this thing. We're gonna continue this, and those components that I was talking about, like video elements and video segments that I want to do, those just might have to wait a little bit. But I do still want to do them. The real podcast, especially, is something that I want to continue, and anything else along the way that I think of, I want to do it, and I'm gonna do it. But it's just gonna take time. Hopefully, we can get back to the filmmaking series that I have going, because I really do enjoy those. And I might put this video in that playlist just because it does kind of have to do with everything that I talk about in that series. So thank you so much for listening to me ramble here. But I wanted to explain everything. And hopefully, if you're in the situation, that you can find some sort of hope out of this video. Once again, thank you so much for watching. And as always, I will see you in the next one.